Predator Badlands.
Oh, yes.
In cinemas the world over, unlike the last Predator movie, which went straight to Disney+.
Yuck.
Agreed. Not the movie. I like the movie.
Jinx.
But...
James, you've been jinxed.
I don't believe in Jinx. All day with my kids, they're hitting me with Jinx. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't believe in this anymore.
Okay, stop there. Stop right there. So you're telling me today you've been jinxed and we've been talking this whole time.
That's right.
You're not allowed to be talking.
I am talking and you can't stop me.
Wow.
What's going to happen?
I'm going to call the
Moon
Jinx.
magic or whatever
I'm
controls
going to call the
Jinx?
Jinx police.
Really?
I'm going to call the Jinx.
You think I'm
that
not
guy
gonna...
that murdered his wife?
Who?
The Jinx.
I don't know him.
Okay, wow, well, you will. He's going to murder you.
No, I'll kill him and the Jinx police in a shootout. And the regular police if they turn up.
Wow. Well, first of all, they're not going to show up because if the Jinx police are there, they'll be like, well, they'll handle it.
But they won't.
I'll just be on my phone over here, they'll say.
Anyways, this one has a budget of $105 million.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, it is, actually. Yeah, but the box office return for this, it was initially planning to be a bit over $30 million in the US, but it might get closer to 40 now.
Not bad.
Response to this has been very positive. It's probably going to hit about 60 million plus worldwide as well. This is
and this is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey, right?
Yep, and also Predator.
Yuck.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
And also Predator Killer of Killers.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Earlier this year, the animated one.
Doesn't count, but all right.
No, this is this. If it's under 38, it would be the second highest launch for a Predator movie. The highest being Alien versus Predator in 2004.
Huh.
So this is...
People love those mashups.
Absolutely. So, this all depends on second week and whether it has legs and so on and so forth. But this is a...
Mate, this isn't a movie. This isn't a movie where it has legs. There's less legs than you'd think.
There are less legs than you'd think.
Just, that was a trap. There are the same amount of legs you'd think.
Oh, yeah.
They're just somewhere else.
They're in a different location.
For much of the movie, there's fewer legs than you'd think.
Yeah. What do you think the story was?
Come on, man. Don't ask me that. Especially now you've been jinxed. You have no right.
I don't believe in jinx, and I don't believe in moon magic.
Email in
if
you believe in jinxes and moon magic, all right?
Moon magic is where they're like, the full moon makes you like crazy or whatever.
I'm glad you explained what it was because I didn't know what you were talking about.
When people go crazy in the full moon?
Oh, yeah.
The moon is always there. It's just you only see it more in the full moon.
And that makes you go crazy.
It's bullshit.
No, I think what that is just a bunch of crazy stuff happens, like it always does.
Yeah,
and
but
then
you
happen,
notice.
Then you happen to look up and you go, oh, the moon's full. It must be crazy moon magic.
I'm being attacked by a werewolf, but that could happen any day of the week.
Exactly. I'm in London. I'm in a Chinese restaurant eating a beef chow mein. That's in the song.
Is it?
Yes.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
What did you think the story was?
All right. Well, it's about this little fella.
Yep.
And his name's Deck.
Or
Drek or something.
Deck. You're right.
Nice.
You're right the first time.
And he's a little Yautja fellow.
Yep.
But he's the littlest of his family.
He's big for a fellow, but little for a predator.
How tall's...
I reckon he's like 6'2".
How tall's Elle Fanning?
Elle Fanning's like 5'10", maybe.
Because she's taller than Dakota Fanning.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You okay with that?
She's 5'10". There you go.
She's about 5'9", 5'10".
Good for her.
Yeah.
He's little for a Yautja, and so nobody gives him respect. He gets no respect.
Yep.
Rodney Dangerfield style. He's the Rodney Dangerfield of the Yautja.
That's right.
The Yautja.
Yautja. This is also the first time they say Yautja in a live-action movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's like, I'm going to go to the deadliest planet in the galaxy or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm going to fly there, and then I'm going to defeat the deadliest monster that ever existed that even all the other predators are afraid of.
Even my dad's like, I'm scared of this guy.
I'm scared of this guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to defeat it, and then everybody's going to respect him.
Yeah, that's right. They'll have mad respect for him.
They'll have mad respect.
But little does he know, this is actually Kong Skull Island, alien planet, or whatever, where everything's out to get you.
Sucks.
And it sucks there, and there's robots there. There's no people in this movie, 0 people.
That's right.
Which is partially the reason why it got a PG-13 rating. Because even though there is death and destruction and
you
blood,
can mash them up.
Yeah, it's android and alien blood.
Yeah, green blood and white blood. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count, man.
Count.
Yeah.
Unless it's red, white, and blue blood.
Which
is what we have.
That's right. I like that with the Predator now that they are trying to do different things. Initially, this was going to be a Predator versus Nazis story.
Okay.
And Dan Trachtenberg was like, it's not very unique.
And also, there's no Nazis on this alien planet.
No, not as far as we know.
And I will not budge on that. It has to be an alien planet and Nazis.
That's right. So it's also based heavily on like Dan Trachtenberg loves video games.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus in particular is a nod to that here. Also, just having a companion in a video game.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
He loves like putting so that's basically
Who's like blah 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 blah,
and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of influences there.
Yes.
How did you feel?
Well, here's the question that I was going to ask to you: is that how do I guess what happens here is it sort of demystifies the Predator to some degree, or at least one clan of the Predator.
Sure.
Because and they did this happen in The Predator.
Yeah.
But in a much worse way, which is where somebody has developed like a universal translating sort of app situation. So all of a sudden, these unknowable creatures who are just speaking in clicks and snippets of other people's audio.
Now they're like, yap.
Now you can just understand what they're saying. And so they have to, there's a little bit of hand waving here because, very quickly he meets half of Elle Fanning, who is she's a Weyland-Yutani synthetic. And so she's like, well,
I've got an alien crossover sort of also.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
So it's, so she's like, well, I've got a universal translator, so I'm just going to talk and you can talk. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be great.
That's right. And
yeah, I mean, it's got a different vibe, I think,
totally
to all the other Predator stuff. Mm-hmm. Because again, he's just a little guy.
Yeah.
But we get an insight into at least his clan's sense of honor and respect and hunting and what have you. And I think that is probably a smart move as well because they look a little different from a lot of the other Predators. Yeah. He certainly does because he's a little guy.
And he's tied back his hair.
But too much tension. He's going to go bald.
Agreed.
But I think in later movies they can be like, well, not all, they can change the law later. Yeah. They can be like, well, other Predators don't talk like this or what have you.
Some of them aren't mean or nice or whatever.
Some of the Predators talk like this and other ones talk like this.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed this a lot. I think it was a lot of fun.
I wouldn't say that I loved it.
Uh-huh.
I liked it. I don't think the PG-13 detracted from this as well. I guess,
detracted.
Thank you. I think a lot of people... I think there is this fear that and people have said this feels like Mandalorianized.
Oh, I see.
I think there is a bit of that here because, of course, Predator is a Disney property. Mm-hmm. But what I think they're doing, and I hope this is the case, is you'll get something like Prey, which is bloody and gory and R-rated, and like an animated thing, which is similarly bloody and gory and R-rated. Mm-hmm. And then you can do something like this. And so you can do kind of different levels depending on the circumstance of Predator Alien movie.
Yeah. It does have a similar, I think... You can see the wheels turning as far as, various mechanics are introduced.
And cars, there's cars in it.
There's cars and various, all the various creatures and monsters and traps and so forth throughout the course of the movie. And you're like, oh, I see all of this is going to come into play later. Kind of thing,
absolutely.
I mean, I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed the
interplay.
I enjoyed the interaction between Elle Fanning's character, who's Thea, and the Predator, who's he's always the same man in the suit. I'm going to bring up his name so we all know. It's double barreled. It's very fancy.
Whoa!
Minotaur.
Like two Predator cannons on the shoulders.
Precisely.
Yeah, that's right. And of course,
the actor's name is Demetrius Schuster Koloa Matangi.
So what's interesting about this guy as well?
Big name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he did all the performance. He's wearing the Predator suit, but they've cut out the face. Mm-hmm. So the face is completely CGI replacement. So apparently that presented a problem because this is the first time you'd have to get actual complex speech out of it. So you we're seeing Predator face movements that we've never seen before.
Do you think they would have had to come up with a whole language, right?
Yep.
Or did they just do nonsense?
No, I think they did. I think they fleshed that out, and also just getting mouth movements. And apparently Dan Trachtenberg was saying he had a conversation with James Cameron about this because it was James Cameron's idea to do mandibles in the first one.
Oh.
That it was also like, it looks cool, but it's also in terms
Mandalorian.
Thank you. But in terms of getting something to look like it's talking, it's a difficult thing to...
Look who's talking.
Look who is talking. It's the Predator this time.
Yes, that's right.
Talking to Elle Fanning. So, I know I mentioned this, but...
Oh, yeah, and so Elle Fanning's character, she is on this planet because as part of Weyland-Yutani, they've sent a mission, a bunch of synthetics.
Yep.
Her and her... an additional version of her, also played by Elle Fanning.
Yep.
And they have... And like a team of more or less identical... standard issue synthetic soldiers.
I feel like I kept seeing the same guy.
It is, They are slightly different.
They are slightly different, but I think some of them are just the same guy.
Yes, they are the same guy, And their mission, they're obviously, this is a hostile planet full of,
Cool stuff.
Cool, horrible monsters and creatures and plants that are all deadly. The grass is... It reminds me, and you haven't read any of this, but Rogue Trooper, the 2000 AD character, he's on a planet called New Earth.
You don't know what I've
And everything's
read.
deadly on that planet.
You don't know what I'm reading.
Have you read Rogue Trooper?
I'm reading it right now.
Are you?
And let me tell you.
What's his name? What's his first name?
What's his first name?
What's his first name?
You know the truth about this.
I do.
And I don't even need to tell you.
Go on.
Let me just say, I'm enjoying this. And not only that, I'm understanding this more than you are.
That's terrific.
I'm finding a lot of like insight into this, which I don't think anybody's ever found.
Interesting.
Yeah. So things like names are irrelevant to me because I'm looking beyond that.
I think Rogue Trooper is pretty much all about names.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people think that.
Because his gun and his backpack and his helmet all have names.
Things have names. Everything's got a name, Mason. You
Yeah.
point at something, that thing's got a name. And if it doesn't, you can give it a name.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, like the blades of grass are like,
Yep.
sharp. They're like razor. All the plants shoot poison darts or
Yeah.
explode.
The trees will take your weapons, so you don't
Yeah.
have any of your weapons as many times as you'd like. Yeah. I think there is the concern that it's like Mandalorianified. I think there is a bit of that. I think there's some weightlessness to some of the leaping about.
There's an initial battle at the start of the movie, which doesn't really factor into much else. I don't think it's a spoiler where
No.
on Yautja Prime, which is their home planet,
Yep.
or at least one of the suburbs of Yautja Prime. It doesn't look great. It looks
No.
awful.
No, it's always awful.
He has a sort of
A jump around in a cave.
yeah, he has
fight.
a kind of forest cave fight with his brother.
Yep.
And they're swinging their swords and doing etc. And a lot of that kind of feels that was not a promising start. I didn't think. It felt kind of weightless. A lot of it.
It did, and I think there's also there's moments in that where he'll be. Well, this was shot on location, not on a real deadly planet.
Oh, I
But
don't
in
know.
New
It's on
Zealand-
Earth. That's a pretty bloody.
Yeah, that's true. But in New Zealand, and there's a few shots where you're like, oh, this is Lord of the Rings.
All right. Yes.
But where he'll be doing some action in an actual environment. All of a sudden, he's leaping from tree to tree, and it's like. I feel like the dexterity and the movement of this guy kind of varies depending on
But this movie cost $100 million.
$105 million.
That's low.
Yeah, no, it is
Yeah.
low. I also think there's not a lot of big names in it either.
It's true.
Like Al Fanning is, easily the biggest name in this.
Correct.
And probably the only name that people springs to mind when you see this. But I did think that the lead performer, he did a good job. Like I think,
Agreed, yeah.
it was great. I think also there's a sequence at the end where we get like a sort of a recreation of the aliens mech thing, and I just don't think that didn't really do much for me. It felt
doesn't feel like it's ever
big
really there,
and
yeah.
weightless and kind of just a lot of smoke kicked up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But there is a sequence with a bunch of dust towards the end, which I thought was quite good.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about in spoilers.
Talk about that in spoilers. Yeah, I think a lot of the creature design is pretty good. Again, it does have that kind of Kong Skull Island kind of thing. I like that it's not, and they definitely are building to this. I like that it's not just here are a bunch of aliens, here are a bunch of predators. Like they've established, as they had before, that the alien and predator universe are the same universe again.
Yes.
But you don't have to do the alien. They've gone with putting in Weyland Yutani and synthetics, and I think that's a nice inclusion.
That is nice.
It's like, well, we want to put robots in this. What can we use? Well, yeah, obviously you'd use that. Do you know about the timeline of
Can't
this?
use C-3PO. I suppose you could.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah.
Do you know about the timeline about
Nope.
this? So there's no hard year on this, but they are saying that this is set after Alien 4.
Okay.
Dan Trachtenberg has said this.
Okay.
Which means it's... I always thought that they're going to wipe out Alien 4 and not consider it canon. So it's like 200 years after... And Alien 4 is like 200 years after Alien 3.
Okay.
So this is like the Ripley 8 era of... It's also the era where they said that... Who was it? Walmart or somebody bought Weyland Yutani?
It was Wahlburgers.
It was Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers bought Weyland Yutani.
It was something like that. It wasn't Walmart.
Okay,
but I guess
right.
that's reversed in this.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess it depends.
Is
where
that in
you-
Alien Earth?
That's
or-
in Alien 4.
Okay, right.
Alien Earth set before Alien.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I didn't finish Alien Earth.
Well, people don't like it.
People don't like it anymore. That's
yeah,
a shame.
I didn't mind it, but
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I can understand. When people are critical of this or say that they love it, I understand that. I see both
Okay.
sides.
Yeah, we know you do.
But I'm definitely more positive on it than negative. I think
yeah. Mm-hmm.
even to just not do The Predator again is interesting in
It's a
itself.
step in the right direction, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was enjoyable. I like the idea that, this much like Prey, we got a protagonist who is, he's not invincible and sort of this one loses everything quite early on in the picture, loses.
Yeah.
They don't have the, the plasma cannon. They don't have any We learned that acquiring a cloaking device. That's
Yes.
Once you've proven yourself as a hunter, then they give you the cloaking device. I thought that was it's an interesting take there.
Yeah. I agree.
And I thought there was a fun sequence where he sort of gears up. He kind of gears up like he's Dutch in Predator 1.
Absolutely. There is a reverse, situation of that.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's good stuff,
And it's good stuff.
Yeah. All in all, I'm going to give it, before we do spoilers, a best movie ever.
I'm going to call it best movie ever also, James.
Yeah. Do you think...
And Jinx.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. Or the moon.
Interesting.
I think this is... I know, it's interesting, like, Tron came out, another Disney property, sunk like a stone.
Yes.
This is obviously better than Tron 3. I think everybody can agree on that. But it's interesting the things
Probably
that...
not the people in Tron 3.
Yeah, it's interesting the things that gain traction, Dan Trachtenberg,
Thank you.
and what isn't. It feels like there can't be, like there was in, like, the pre-COVID era, there can't be a hit movie every week.
Yes.
And I think it's also because people just don't have the money to see a movie every week, which is
But
completely
again, I think it's that
understandable.
same thing, and we've talked about this before, where, years ago, movies were allowed to stay in cinemas
Yes.
until they got some traction and people...
Dan Trachtenberg.
And they got, and they became big hits, whereas now if it's not a huge hit opening weekend, they're like, get it out of here, put it on streaming, who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Who cares?
But again, it's not our money, so whatever.
No, we don't care. Not our $105 million.
That's right.
Spoilers, Mason.
Spoilers, it's big time for spoilers time.
Where do we start with this? His
His
dad.
Yes.
So his dad kills his brother at the
Yes.
start of the movie.
Correct.
And then goes, why don't you go to this planet and kill this creature that I'm afraid of?
Well, he says no, he doesn't. He says you won't do it.
Yeah.
But he does do it.
He does do it. He
Well,
ends
his
up
brother sets him on the path to do
Yeah.
that,
To do it or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
his dad triggers the button, doesn't he?
No, his brother triggers the
No,
button.
because his dad cuts his arm off and launches the ship.
No, but his dad cuts his arm off and then his brother picks the arm back up and reactivates the ship.
Oh, I thought his dad. Okay, great.
It is
Oh,
great.
yeah, I think you're right.
I am 100%.
I saw this on IMAX and I was wearing my 3D glasses, even
Oh,
though
yeah,
it
that's
wasn't
true,
a 3D
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I can't remember movies.
I know. I know.
Too busy always reading Rogue Trooper, whose name I know.
Take a guess.
Take a guess.
Yes.
Rogue Trooper.
His name is Rogue. His first name is Rogue.
I know.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me twice.
What's the other Rogue Trooper's name?
the other one?
There's two.
Dude,
And you initially think they're in separate continuities, but then they brought them together and they're in the same continuity.
he's also named Rogue.
No, his name's Friday.
Friday Rogue.
Yeah.
I call him Friday Rogue. Trooper.
Why? That's not his name, though.
Doesn't matter. It's what I call him.
All right.
I
Great.
said what I call him.
All right. Because you're best mates, are you?
We're best mates.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think there's some stuff here. I know I mentioned the weightlessness, but there's a moment where Al Fanning's legs fight.
Yes. That was pretty weightless.
There's some weightless. There's a moment where the legs go on a person. It's not a person; they're all robots, and then flips it.
They
I'm
do
like,
the Black Widow.
How does that work if you're just legs? It
Maybe
doesn't.
there's a big ball bearing in there.
Maybe there's a ball bearing in
Yeah.
there. There's a.
Maybe it's Elle Fanning's caboose
It might be.
full of ball bearings.
Might be. There's
Yeah.
a moment where he gears up with using the native stuff
The
from
fauna.
from the planet,
The flora and fauna.
and he has like a spitting eel as a shoulder cannon.
Yeah, that's fun.
But it also it knows where to shoot.
Yeah, it does, yeah. I don't know. Shooting everywhere.
Yeah, but it'll specifically wait and target things until he's like, now shoot.
Yeah.
And I don't know how
Maybe he's giving electrical shocks.
he might be giving it
Maybe it's
electrical
maybe
shock.
he's being cruel to the local animals.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
predator
yeah.
for you, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you buy into the idea that that some predators are nice? Because we've never seen that really.
Well, I guess we've seen it in Alien versus Predator. Some of them are nice-ish.
Yeah.
They're willing to team up.
That is a good point. If they have to, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And we've seen it in comics and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
What did I want to talk about?
What about the twist of the alien, the big creature?
The big creature that cannot be killed and everybody lives in fear of is actually quite nice.
Yeah.
And it's been designed with the big eyes. It looks like the monster in Neverending Story.
Yeah, okay.
What's that thing called?
Falcor.
Oh, you know Falcor's name. You don't know Rogue Trooper's name.
I think I did know Rogue Trooper's name. I think I was very clear about that.
You do very correct, actually.
And his best friend Friday lives in another dimension, but they merged the continuities. Oh, sorry, I'm just catching up to this now. As I'm talking to you, I've just got up to that bit.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Wow.
If you just had waited a second, I would have told you that.
Sorry.
Yeah, but he also along the way he finds a little kind of monkey rat creature.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that, I guess. But that's all you find out that is the child of the
That's right.
thing, and it's just a little one of the big thing and whatever,
Yeah,
and it puts its scent on him, and that's why he
And they're all
he
friends.
learns to love.
And they're all friends.
He learns to love, and they can go on a spaceship together at the end.
That's right.
Yeah, it took me longer than I'd care to admit to to make that connection
Just
between
now?
the two. Yeah, just now I figured it out.
That's what I thought.
No, it pretty much had to be spelt out before I was like, oh yeah, I was very tired.
This movie's funny. I thought
There's some
the
funny
jokes
moments.
are pretty good, yeah.
Exploding caterpillar, that was a fun moment.
That's
when
a funny,
he
yeah.
first
That's
finds
true.
the exploding caterpillar. What else?
I don't know. Elle Fanning's character's pretty
Do
funny.
you think
generally.
there's too much manic pixie robot dream girl going on there?
No, I think she was
No?
mostly, I mean, they have different personalities, don't they? The various
She has an evil
synthetics.
sister.
She does, it's true.
Yeah.
Shades of Fassbender.
Shades of Fassbender.
Shades of Fassbender.
50 Shades of Fassbender.
50 Shades of Fassbender.
Yes, that's right.
Dakota Johnson. She's not in this.
No, she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then, so the villain pivots from the giant creature
To other Elle Fanning.
to other Elle Fanning in the mech fight, which, again, I don't think is... I see what they're doing. They're doing a bigger version of Aliens.
Yes,
But it didn't really kind of land for me, that part. The bit where he was, like, stealthing a bunch of mechs, I enjoyed quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I worded that weirdly.
Okay, did you?
Well, stealthing, you know?
Oh, I see, right. I see what you're saying. Okay.
But, you know, I know you talked about it, but, like, the reverse Arnold gearing up scene I liked. And you know, it very much is that video game of thing of, like, these are the things you've learnt along the way. Now
That's exactly right.
Now you're going to use them.
Yeah.
At the end.
Your classic Predator wrist knife is broken, so you can use a tooth of another guy. And, etc.
And that's all good stuff, man.
That's all good stuff.
Yeah. I think also I did feel it was a real, him going back and being able to kill his dad.
Yes.
That was a good feeling.
Absolutely.
To see. Yeah, that was a good revenge.
That's right.
Revenge moment, which I quite love. And his dad's like, well, I welcome you back to the tribe. And he's like, I don't care. I don't even want this anymore.
Yeah. But I thought the dust fight was good. He activates the thrusters on the ship, and then all of a sudden he can see his dad.
Yep.
He can see his dad clearly for the first time.
That's right. To kill him.
But anyway, classic dishonorable Predator there.
Absolutely.
But he's
like,
bigger and stronger, and he's going to turn the cloaking device on.
Yeah, coward. But did you find it interesting that his cloaking device was that same ball that we introduced in The Predator?
Same ball.
Same ball.
Same ball.
Same ball.
Same ball. Same ball.
I think I would have enjoyed...
Also.
Yes, I would have enjoyed... Because the creature that he befriends bites the head off his dad.
Yes.
I think I would have enjoyed it more if his dad saw that coming. Because that was the thing that he feared most.
Oh,
and even he was afraid to fight.
Yeah.
And then to see that, like,
Yeah.
what has happened here. Yeah.
That being said, I'm not surprised that his dad was like, you haven't impressed me here. Because he threw a synthetic head at him, a teeny tiny little skull. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but it was in a big robot.
That's true.
But he didn't know that.
He didn't know that, yeah.
He didn't know. He could have given me a chance to explain, Dad.
That don't impress me much. You know?
You know about the future of this, Mason?
Nope.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, first of all, his mum's going to show up.
Yes.
So that's sequel bait right there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's interesting that I feel like the sequel bait, it doesn't lend itself to, like, well, this is building to what has been said is okay. So I'll just quickly say this. So Dan Trachtenberg spoke to Screen Time and he said, I think I would say there's a bigger plan down the line. I did think about the pairing of, before it was Thea, of Amber Midthunder's character and this. There's also a nod to her in this. You see like a hologram of a Native American woman near the start on the ship, or it's like, these are the greatest warriors or whatever.
Oh.
And you see her.
Interesting.
And he said, well, now then I'm not doing that premise, and I really wanted to do this premise. The Predator is the protagonist and no humans in the movie. So I think that could have been an interesting pairing. Mm-hmm. And producer Ben Rosenblatt said, after Predator Badlands come out, we'll see and have more conversations. Hopefully we'll have a chance to do something with Arnold, because that would be awesome. So they are building towards this Avengers-style thing, but does that mean it has to be set 200 years in the future after Aliens?
No, like stasis.
Yeah, but then you'd have to go backwards.
Doesn't matter.
Time travel?
No, they can't introduce time travel.
That's what I'm saying. You can't introduce time travel, so you have to move forward with this.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to bring together maybe the characters from Romulus and this, and you have to, and Ripley, you have to go forward, I guess.
Yes.
Which means Ripley 8, potentially.
Yeah, Ripley 8. You better believe it. Ripley 8 and Ripley Slade.
Whoa, man!
That's right. No, what you have to do, you just go Weyland-Yutani. You start in the next one, or whenever you're doing the supergroup version, you just have a ship show up, and it's a big ship, and there's a bunch of stasis pods, and Weyland-Yutani's you bring back Lance Henriksen or Paul Reiser, and you say, we collected all the people we need for this mission,
for this Avengers movie,
and it's Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover and whatever, and you just say we've been collecting them over the course of centuries or whatever.
And Schwarzenegger
for a big mission.
Can you drop me back home after this? And they're like, yeah, but not in a time you'll like.
Yeah, that's right. Not in the 80s. Sorry, Dutch.
Damn. Yeah. Got some reviews here from people who've written in
to
the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group. This from Darren Leslie Jr. says, saw this at a double feature with Prey. I liked it. Dan Trachtenberg once again delivers a unique Predator tale, but this time on the big screen. Love Deck Thea and their journey they go on in this movie. The action is inventive and still packs a nasty punch. Did you find it gory enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's a certain amount of gore and action violence.
Yeah.
From a Predator movie.
You get some chopped limbs and so on and so forth. That's
Chopped
a bit of fun.
limbs.
Chopped limbs.
Hi. This is from a Chim who says, I was skeptical after seeing the trailers. Didn't like the look of the young Predator, but I loved it. In the top 3 of the series for me, I loved all the choices they made for the story. Some people might object to the amount of humor that's been injected, but it was satisfying to me. I also think if you're like, I don't like this, I just like regular Predator stuff. Sure, I see that, but in the comics, as mentioned, like they've explored so many aspects of the Predator universe. This is just bringing some of that to live action. Ryan says, I was disappointed by it. There was nothing inherently bad about it. I actually thought it was a nice twist with the child creature that was set up well, but not obvious. However, it just felt bland. We don't really learn anything about the Predator by having it as a lead. Al Fanning was the most entertaining part of the movie. I think I prefer subtlety to a Predator movie. Prefers the franchise being small.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cameron says, best movie ever. I liked it. I felt like a Mandalorian episode starring the Predator. This baby Yoda was really cute, though. And Ara says, as a crotchety old fan who was disappointed with Alien Romulus and tapped out halfway through Alien Earth, that's like you. Except you liked Romulus, I think.
did.
I was genuinely surprised by how much I enjoyed this best movie ever. I like that we're getting Alien Predator as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when the next Alien movie is. They've stalled on that, but it would be nice if that was next year, but it's not because they're still figuring it out. Wow.
I believe them.
Yeah?
I believe in them. They can do it. And I believe them.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you're saying and doing.
Correct.
Well, should we move to the next segment of the show?
Let's move on.
Tell us what you think of the comments in the comments. What do you think of the comments?
Tell us what you think of the comments in the comments.
Please.
It sounds like a recursive loop you'd be trapped in forever.
Absolutely. So just get on that, everybody.
Yeah, just get on that. Get trapped in a loop.
What's the next segment called, though?
It's called What We Reading.
What else is it called?
What We Gonna Read.
That's right. It's called those two things.
And it's also called What's the Name of Rogue Trooper's Friends? And Helmet and Backpack and Gun.
I'm not up to that yet. I'm still reading through
All right,
it.
yeah. I mean, that's the big reveal at the end, isn't it?
I don't know.
I know.